Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Greetings and good evening, high school football fans across LaPorte County and Northwest Indiana. Welcome to the Friday Night Spotlight Week 6 High School Football Scoreboard Show, also in partnership with arenasportsnet.com, where every fan has a voice. I'm Travis Harmon-Smith, bringing you scores, updates, and analysis from week number 6, starting with the Michigan City Wolves, where the atmosphere was completely electrifying, folks, at Ames Field. And if you missed the matchup against the Lake Central Indians, you literally probably missed one of the best games in Northwest Indiana on Friday night, as Michigan City fought through a night of adversity, folks, with a second half comeback effort to defeat the Indians of Lake Central 46-42. City's defense struggled early on against the Lake Central running attack in the first half, as the Indians led 42-28. However, as soon as the second half started, City's offense came out on fire as Wolves quarterback Michael McCullough threw a nice 60-yard touchdown pass to speedster wide receiver Keyshawn McGill with 7:05 left in the fourth. Then it was the freight train himself, ACV, as Arian Kane VC brought the house down at Ames Field with a 51-yard touchdown score, which was the game winner to give the Wolves a final 46-42. Kane VC once again was the workhorse for the Michigan City Wolves offense, topping his previous 227-yard effort with 31 carries for 318 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns, which included the game winner, as I said before, as he went 51 yards to the house. One of the best plays that I've probably seen in Michigan City Wolves football history. Michael McCullough went 13 for 27 for 251 yards passing, while Keyshawn McGill had a miraculous night at the wide receiver position with 7 catches for 135 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, fans, I didn't do this in the previous scoreboard shows during the previous weeks. However, I would like to announce the scores for the DAC and all over Northwest Indiana and the state. But before we do that, folks, I had the opportunity to catch up with Coach Mason, Arian Kane VC, and senior linebacker and captain Nuke Woodard for some post-game comments and analysis. And the one thing that I did like about Coach Mason's comments was the way he mentioned how he made the adjustments during halftime. Let's see what Coach Mason had to say about his adjustments that were made against the Lake Central Indians.
Hey.
What a game. Oh, you're awesome. Brad was on the phone the whole last quarter.
Travis Harmon-Smith with arenasportsnet.com. Coach Mason kind of explained the adjustments that were made in the first half, or going into halftime, going into the second half, and what was the most pivotal and the momentum changer that came in the second half, as Keyshawn McGill scored twice, and then Arian Kane Vesey, as he put on an astounding performance. I think he was over 300 yards rushing.
You know, guys, we made a couple of defensive adjustments, but they were minor. You know, we were just finding ourselves a little bit out of sorts there, obviously, in the first half. You know, and I think we're learning how to overcome those things. You know, we got to settle ourselves down, get ourselves back under control, get ourselves in the right position to be able to make plays. And we did a good job of making that adjustment at halftime. We had 2 phenomenal drives in the third quarter that, you know, we fell short on. So, you know, offensively, I think we just decided that, you know, maybe it was me. Maybe I had us handcuffed a little bit in the first half. And I just, you know, we had an opportunity to open it up, and we opened it up and made some great plays.
I also want to compliment astounding play calling this evening. in regards to the running game and how you just changed it from that perspective. Michael McCullough went down, and also saw him down.
I think we're okay. I think we're just a little banged up, and when we're going to, that's part of playing football. But I think everybody's okay. Look, minor sprains, no big deal, and we'll move on.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.
That was Coach Phil Mason with a few post-game comments in regards to the Wolves' win against the Lake Central Indians. I also had a chance to catch up with the freight train himself, ACV, Arian Kane Vesey, after the game, along with senior linebacker Nuke Woodard, to hear what they had to say about the victory against Lake Central.
Travis Harmon-Smith with arenasportsnet.com, starting with Arian Kane Vesey. Astounding night on offense. I think you went over 300 yards rushing, almost hit the school record. What's going through your mind?
Man, I just went out there and did my thing today. I saw we was down in the slumps at halftime, and I was like, man, I got to pull it through. And then my best friend, was down, man. I had to show that dude that we doing this for him, man. He got to get better.
What's going to be a critical point going into next week? Going into next week's matchup? Being 5-1, you guys are now, I think it's a 3-way tie for first or a 4-way tie for first.
Yeah.
What's going through your mind?
Well, first of all, we got to get hurt healthy and all that, so we got to probably switch some formations around, get some new people in there, some fresh people in there. They'll have to work their way up to that. And next week, I think we got in the bag. I think we can come out strong just like this week. We're going to try to get a better score before half.
I told the guys on the radio, you were probably one of the best running backs in Class 5A in the state of Indiana. How do you feel about me saying that?
I believe that. I don't even think 5A. I'm the best in the state. That's how I feel about mine.
All right, that's Arian Kane Vesey. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next we have Nuke Woodard, Michigan City linebacker in Campton. Nuke Woodard.
Yes, sir.
What was the turning point on defense coming out of halftime?
We knew we had to get it done. First half, we got to stop. Got some stops. They came back, scored. Little mistakes killed us. Coach got us in the locker room, talked to us. I told him, I said, we got to get this done. We got to get this done. We got to be 5-1. Talked to everybody. Came out. It was still a little shaky. Envoy stepped up. He did his thing. Our D-line stepped up. Got some tackles in the backfield. And I'm just proud of my team, man. I'm just very proud, man.
Earlier on in the first half, it seemed that Lake Central's running attack was, they were obviously executing effectively.
Yeah.
What did you guys make any adjustments at halftime to alleviate that running game? Because it seemed like they were getting a lot of yards in between the tackles.
Yeah, most
How did you guys alleviate that?
We were missing tackles. Some people weren't getting to where they were supposed to be, so we switched it up. We found a way to stop it. We stacked it up. Okay, you go here, and we locked it down. And from that point, we got it. We got the job done.
All right. Thank you very much.
That was a brief analysis from Arian Kane Vesey and senior linebacker Nuke Woodard in the Wolves' win against Lake Central, as the Wolves once again defeated Lake Central 46-42 with a very miraculous second half comeback. Fans, we now have the scores from across the Dillon Athletic Conference, starting with Portage as they defeated the Chesterton Trojans 22-13. Valparaiso defeats Crown Point 21-7. LaPorte defeated Maryville 46-35. Hobart defeated Lowell 18-12. Griffith defeated Munster in a close matchup 24-21. Andrean demoralized Highland 52-28. Hanover Central defeated Whiting 21-0. East Chicago Central defeated Hammond-Morton 40-0. North Newton defeated Boone Grove 42-6. And South Central defeats Wheeler 8-0. A few more scores from across the state of Indiana going down towards the Indianapolis metropolitan area. Indianapolis-Arlington defeats Indianapolis Northwest 26-21. Indianapolis-Ben Davis defeated Lawrence North 41-14. Indianapolis Cathedral defeats Ray County 40-16. Indianapolis Howey defeats Indianapolis Manual 51-0. Indianapolis Park Tudor defeats South Decatur 48-26. Indianapolis Perry Meridian defeated Bloomington North 33-2. Indianapolis Ritter defeated Triton Central 25-14. And Jimtown defeated Concord 37-36. And I have a few more scores across the South Bend area. We had Mishawaka, who I don't know if it was a blowout or if it was just a demoralizing defeat. The Cavemen defeated Elkhart Central 55-0. Mishawaka Marion defeated Bremen 31-14. And I also have a few more scores from the Lafayette area. Lafayette Catholic defeated Twin Lakes 48-0. Lafayette Harrison defeated Muncie Central 20-15. And Lafayette Jefferson defeated Marion 28-20. Those are some scores from around the Duneland Athletic Conference, Northwest Indiana, and across the state of Indiana. Fans, I appreciate you guys joining me this evening for another edition of Friday Night Spotlight for the Week 6 High School Football Scoreboard Show presented by arenasportsnet.com, where every fan has a voice. Fans, join me each week on Saturdays. I usually do the Scoreboard Show on Saturdays, but I've been having issues and discrepancies with my internet connection. So once again, I apologize about that, but please catch us every week on arenasportsnet.com/live for all live broadcasts following the Michigan City Wolves, and also for the High School Football Scoreboard Show on Friday Night Spotlight, hosted by me, myself, Travis Harmon-Smith. Once again, I appreciate my partner, Mr. Brian Snow from arenasportsnet.com for the incredible opportunity that he's given me as a sports reporter and commentator with Arena Sportsnet Chicago Sports Radio. Fans, once again, it was an exciting weekend of high school football, and I hope that all Michigan City residents get out and support the Wolves as they move to 5-1 going into Week 7, facing the Portage Indians on the road next Friday night. Fans, get out and hit the road to support the Michigan City Wolves next Friday night. You're listening to Friday Night Spotlight with Travis Harmon-Smith. I hope everyone has a very peaceful and harmonious evening. Thank you for joining us.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.